Okay. Car accidents happen every day. Either a car wrecks into another vehicle or a car runs into a house or object. What now? Who pays for all the damages occurred? Do you have car insurance? You're probably thinking to yourself why I'm asking if you have car insurance. The reason is simple. Having liability car insurance can resolve all of your problems in a car accident situation. True story. Current State Farm customer was cut off by an 18-wheeler making him swerve and run into a house over. Our customer never in a million years would have thought he would run into a house. I mean, who would? Even though our customer is a safe driver and did not actually cause the accident, he was held responsible for the damages that occurred in the house he ran into. Luckily, our customer had liability insurance and State Farm paid for all the damages occurred. Another true story. Current State Farm customer falls asleep while driving. She works night shifts. She ran into another vehicle, injuring the driver and her 6-year-old daughter. The vehicle she ran into was damaged extremely. They declared it a total loss. Our State Farm customer was declared at fault and is now responsible to pay for both passengers' injuries and their vehicles that was lost. The other party was not happy one bit and sued our customer. Think for a bit. Our customer now has to find a way to pay for 2 people's injuries caused, a vehicle she damaged, and court defense. I know what you're thinking. She's doomed. Luckily, she had liability car insurance and State Farm paid every penny out. These stories happen every day. However, the only difference is some people choose to have liability car insurance and others don't. Automobile insurance is required in the state of Texas. According to TDI Insight, Texas liability insurance was established on September the 1st, 2007, and later modified with an increase January the 1st, 2011. It's the law for all automobile running in the state of Texas to carry liability insurance. The minimum auto liability limit in the state of Texas stated by TDI Insights are 30, 60, 25, uninsured, underinsured, and PIP. So you ask, what are these numbers? What are these words I speak of? By the end of my speech, you will understand exactly why and what auto liability insurance is. What exactly is liability insurance? State Farm explains to us that when you are deemed to be the party at fault, your liability car insurance pays for the damage to someone else's property when it is damaged in an accident for which the insurer is considered at fault. So why do we need liability coverage? Who says we need it? What is it good for? Geico informs us that to get our cars inspected, to register a car, and in the case we get pulled over by the law enforcement, we will need to show proof of liability auto coverage. Plain and simple, it's the law. Plus, it's for your own good. It benefits everyone and in no way harms you. Bodily injury and property damage are what represents 30, 60, 25. Uninsured, underinsured, and PIP are the requirements in the state of Texas to have when driving a vehicle, states TDI Insight. Bodily injury represents the 30, 60. $30,000 is the maximum amount any one individual can receive for bodily injury. $60,000 is the maximum amount that insurance will pay out total for bodily injury. Property damage is the $25,000, represents the maximum amount that your insurance will pay out for the property damage. Uninsured and underinsured and PIP coverage are required but can be rejected in writing. I'll start explaining into detail what all these coverages do and cover. As mentioned earlier, liability coverage covers the other parties in the accident when they're hurt. It also pays for damage to someone else's property when it's damaged in an accident to which the insurer is considered at fault. Bodily injury coverage, just like it sounds. Bodily injury covers other people's bodily injuries if you're at fault in a car accident. It also provides for legal defense if another party in the accident files lawsuits against you. Liability will cover medical bills, loss of income, pain, and suffering. Property damage covers you if your car damages someone else's property. For example, another car, house, fence, any other property damage in an accident. This coverage also provides you with legal defense. In conclusion, the purpose of this speech was to inform my audience the significance and importance of having mandatory liability insurance. In the state of Texas, always think about protecting yourself and your assets. Liability insurance is state law mandatory. It is important that you know what each type of coverage includes and liability covers and how it works, so you can make the best decision. People often say that they cannot afford insurance, but the reality is that they cannot afford not to have it. It can save them from thousands or more dollars in unplanned expenses when unexpected situations arise. So be bright, wise, and get yourself auto insurance. Thank you.